Hi. So I wanted to make this video. It's probably just for myself, honestly. I don't know if I'll even post it. But as some of you guys might know, I went to film school last year. And I'm not next year. I dropped out. By film school, it's a university's film program. It's not like it's like Vancouver Film School. It's not like a full film school. It's a fine arts film program at a university. And a lot of people have asked me, oh, why are you quitting? And I tell a different reason every time, because there's multiple reasons. Like, there's a lot of reasons why I'm quitting. One is, 2 summers ago, between grade 11 and 12, I went to Mexico and built a house, and so we built these houses for these, like, impoverished people, or families, and, I wasn't in it, but they're like the group I went with went 2 years earlier, and so they went to see these houses they built for the people like 2 years ago, and the one family moved, and they're like, oh, why did they move? And they moved because the dad wanted to move out of this new house that was built for them, so that their daughters can get a good education, and that like really stuck with me because since the day I was born, it was assumed I'd go to university, and it was. You know, education is something you take for granted, and I feel so guilty taking fine arts. Like it's like a lot of successful filmmakers don't get film degrees, and it's just, yeah. Another reason is Joseph Kahn, the music video director. I really like his work. Like, if you haven't seen Detention, you should really watch it. It's crazy. But I really like him, and he tweeted once you're taught the 180-degree rule, drop out of film school. And it's something I can't think about a bit, because I wasn't even taught that. And he's as like that, oh, this is a basic thing. Like, I felt like everything I was taught was either irrelevant or like just basic knowledge. Birds are fighting, and I felt I wasn't learning, and it's like, what's the fucking point of spending $6 grand a year if you're not learning? And like, yeah. And another thing is, so we had to use the school cameras, which was T3i, and like, there's so many rules for each video, and it's like, I wasn't proud of anything. I was only proud of one project I did all year, and it's just because I had to use their stuff, and like, I'm not saying like, oh, I need visual effects to make a good video. It's just, I need it to make my video, if that makes sense. Like, I won't be able to do everything I want to a video, and I really couldn't. And it's like, I felt it stifled creativity, like, just because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So what's the fucking point of doing it? Like, honestly. And like with film school, it was like, you probably noticed I didn't make any YouTube videos in that time, just because I was busy with that. And it's like, well, I prefer to be making YouTube videos that I actually want to make, not these stupid videos for film school. Like, the one project we had to do was a minute to 2 minute, one take video. And it took me about 20 minutes to do, and then I went home and spent 3 hours making a 30-second video for YouTube. Like, I really didn't like what I was doing, and like, I felt like I wasn't learning. Another thing I didn't like is I didn't like the students at film school. They're nice people and all, but on the last day they had a 20-minute discussion about how Batman vs Superman's a good movie, and it's just, and then at the end they're talking about Birdman, and they all loved it. I thought Birdman was the fucking worst movie ever, the most self-indulged, terrible movie that is this distracting gimmick that any first-year film school, any like kid with a camera could pull off. Just garbage, and they liked it. And the thing is, I hate Birdman. I didn't like it, and I hated it that I won, cause like Boyhood came out that year, which was like just one of the most inventive movies. Whiplash came out that year, which is one of the best movies ever made. And then, I forget them, our Grand Budapest Hotel came out, which is, like, Wesley Anderson, one of the best directors, or one of the best directors currently. He is, like, masterpiece, and there's so many good movies, and they gave it to that garbage movie, and that pissed me off. And it pisses me off when people like Birdman. And yeah. And like it's, yeah, like there's so many times I just, like I thought I had a pretty weird taste in movies. But I thought, oh, film school, I'll probably connect and I'll have the same as them. Total lie. I just didn't like the taste in movies at all. And like, yeah, it just really annoyed me. And then, like also with film school, I just, like, so I felt like I was kind of wasting my university doing that. And I'm going into sports management. And thing is, I'm not saying I don't want to do this as a career. I'm saying I can do this with a career without the education for it. So I could get film sports management, and I can still do this. And I'll just kind of broaden my horizons a bit. And like, one thing I kind of realized, I kind of thought this for a while, but I didn't really realize it until this year, is I don't want to make movies. Making movies sounds like the worst thing ever. I just want to make YouTube videos. I like working by myself. I like creating like from anywhere from like 5 seconds to like 5 minutes. Like that's why I like Vine so much, is 6 seconds. Like I can do that. Videos, like I don't have like an hour and a half story to tell. I have 3 minutes that will entertain someone. And like YouTube, I've been doing since I've been a youngster, and I can do by myself no problem. Like, yeah, I don't need this film school to teach me how. And yeah, yeah. So, I guess if you're wondering if you should go to film school, I'd say you should truly think about it before you go. Like I kind of went because I knew I was going to university, and it just kind of was what was there. But I suggest thinking about it. And I suggest try it. Like a lot of people that went to our films, or in my class, never picked up a camera before. And I think that's terrible. Like in my school, it's $6,000 a year, which is fairly cheap, plus books, plus that, fairly cheap compared to other schools. But you can get a used T3i for $500. Like, buy one of those and just shoot everything. Like, work part-time, work even full-time somewhere, and just shoot every single thing. And then you truly will know if you like it or not. Like, and online is a wealth of knowledge. Like, online knows way more than any professor you have ever will. Like, it's, like, any technical thing you can look up online and figure it out. And then any non-technical thing, I think you're better off learning it yourself anyways than to get a professor to tell you. Like, if someone tells you, like, I can't think of a good example. If someone tells you something, you don't truly know it, but when you make that mistake, then you know it. So just buy a camera and just shoot everything. Doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds or like even 6 seconds, and it doesn't matter if it's like an hour. Probably you won't keep it short. And just shoot. Like, you learn a lot more from that than in film school.